Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cigar Reviews. Today we are looking at our last Castagli Brave. Let's check it out. Last one. It looks like a nice one. Look at this son of a gun. Pretty good looking cigar. I'm gonna light this up because it's a big guy. We got some time. There's no need to worry about running out of cigar on this bad boy. What do they got to say? Brave. The Brave line honors Marshal Michel Ney of the Imperial France. Christened by Napoleon as Le Brave des Braves. Often seen with a cigar or two close to hand, Ney won fame for his heroic valor and energy. If there was one man that could achieve the impossible, everyone agreed it was Ney. General Caulaincourt blended for Castagli cigars by Hendrik Kellner Jr. of KBF Factory. The combination of the Dominican fillers, Dominican binder, Claro, Colorado, Ecuadorian wrapper deliver a subtle, creamy, and nutty flavor to the palate. The strength is a mild and medium bodied with sweet aromas. The leaves chosen for the pyramid are from a higher priming than the Robusto to better suit the larger Vitola. Medium body, medium flavor, mild to medium strength, Ecuadorian wrapper, Dominican binder, Dominican filler, tasting notes, cedar, oak, toast, hazelnuts, cream. It comes packed in a 20 cigar natural cedar piano top box. Yada da 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 da, yada da da. That's all I know about this cigar. I think we looked it up the other day. It was 21, I believe. And that is the end of our Castagli line. What are we doing next? Well, I guess I could keep it a secret, but I'm not very good at that. So we are moving on to Imami cigars. I have several cigars from them. We will be going through, including this insane cigar. Literally bigger than my whole face. And I don't have a tiny face, I promise you. Not that kind of guy. I met the owner Friday. Talked to him for a while. Cool guy. I like him. Cigar company started in 22. And they got great branding. I had tried a couple that were duplicates because I wanted to buy the entire line of cigars because I want to be thorough here. It was good. I liked one more than the other, but that's just me driving around, kind of not focusing too much. But this looks right up my alley, this Habano. So That's where we're going next, folks. And I have, another cigar of the month club here I need to get to. There's just cigars everywhere. Got an awesome Diesel Whiskey Row. It's really hard to see. Whiskey Row, yeah. Saw this for the first time. Maybe it's been out for a while. Haven't seen it. Sue me. Actually, don't do that. And then I was talking about these a while back. These gold label Rocky Patels. We'll get into those. But that's basically all I have on the docket. It's a lot. So far, Oaky Cedar Sweet, little cream. Not completely out of the context of some form of Connecticut-ish flavoring, just smooth. Good cigar. We haven't warmed it up yet. What I like about these is the flavor is definitely more unique than really any of the mainstream cigars I've had. The creams are creamier, the oaks oakier, the cedar's more cedary, and none of it's a flavor bomb. It's all very nuanced and balanced. And I would expect it to be at the price point. But there's more nuance in the wrapper, the ring label, than there is in a Cohiba. At least the ones in America. That's just my opinion. Shot. It is good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was hoping that somewhere in this sample pack there would be something to really kick me on my butt. And there was not. And I wish there was. I wish there was just some raw gritty. I feel like the General Blucher, his cigar should have made me feel like it was trying to kill me a little bit more. But I mean, if that's the only complaint, that the cigars are too elegant, too well balanced, too well poised, too well put together, I guess that's not really a valid complaint. The cigar didn't try to kill me enough. I don't think that's probably... I can use that as a negative. So we won't do that. I mean, even the smoke is very nice. It's very inviting. Sweet, well balanced, light, fresh. All things I'm not. I'm trying to let this thing heat up and see what else it has to say. Because it is somewhat like the kind of vodka drink that you'd give your wife who doesn't like the taste of alcohol. There's a lot of, is there alcohol in it? I can't even taste the alcohol. It's a little bit like that. You got to search for the soul. And listen, guys, there's nothing wrong with soul searching. It needs to be done. Interesting. It's like if I had to pick one flavor, it would be, you know how there's maple syrup? I don't know if you know this, but maple syrup comes out of a tree like water. And then you reduce it down through many hours of boiling. The maple water is actually sweet, but it's not very sweet. This currently is tasting like oak water. And I hope that's not off-putting, but it's oaky up front and then a very salvatory sweetness at the end that makes your palate almost juicy. And it's like oak water, sweet, oaky. And I tap some black walnut trees once in a while for syrup. And it's very, it's just a oaky water flavor that you wouldn't get when you tap a tree. So, interesting description. A little hard to draw. This one. Not awful, but could be a little easier to draw. I mean, that's where we're at. Hopefully we get a little bit more substance. I don't know how brave I feel with the oak water. I don't know. So, listen, I'm not an expert on Hendrik Kellner Jr. But when I hear basically, a lot of these cigars from Castagli was kind of hired out the blending to Hendrik Kellner Jr. And his boutique factory. And perhaps they carry out the blends for them. I'm not positive. So, and I'm sure there's plenty of hands-on, yes, look, Jeremy Castagli, Hendrik Kellner Jr. So this is kind of like a high-end partnership, if you will. Very interesting. So this looks like a pretty small factory compared to a lot of like Oliva's operation, or like some of the big boys, which is probably not a bad thing. And there's some there with pigtail on them. Pigtail. That's what the curly Q on the end, not the foot, is called, the pigtail. So I just learned that. They began their boutique factory in 2012. And in 2013, Castagli partnered with them on some of these cigars. So that's interesting. I don't know where the factory is, but here we go. His father was also into cigar making. We don't have a lot of information here. He's got his own cigars. Looks like he makes a lot of other people's cigars. And that's the thing to do these days. A lot of boutique brands, is what I'm finding, is there are, so in the food world, we have something called a co-packer. You develop a recipe, you develop the process, you take it to a co-packer. The co-packer then works with you how to mass produce your recipe, how to maybe streamline the process, and then cooks it there, packs it usually there with your branding, your labeling. And they do this for usually hundreds of companies. And they just have a different, SEC might be packed in a building that packs peanuts. Reset the line, do somebody else's packs. It seems to me a lot of these boutique companies, probably 90% plus, are in business with these co-packers, basically, of the cigar industry. And just like a food co-packer, you go there and you have all the ingredients set before you. They can probably bring in extra ingredients for you, and you can kind of select through what you want. I'm sure there's a blender there that has vast amounts of food experience, or in this case, cigar experience. And you get to set up your recipe the way that you want it. Then they, make all the cigars, pack them. You probably hired a graphic designer. They send all your packaging materials to them as well. And then it ships right out from there. So yeah, all that's super cool. It would not be feasible for a boutique cigar company to have their own cigar factory or their own growing fields all over the world. Obviously, that doesn't really make any sense. You'd have to be a very, very rich person and hire people with vast amounts of experience to be able to pull something like that off. Is there a trade-off there? I don't know. Does a company like Oliva, with 100 plus years under their belt of growing their own seed strains, probably culling out ones that don't produce the way they want, refining that seed over generations and their farming practices. Now, I'm sure they still third party out contract to growers like we do here in America for the chicken industry, where they have grow houses and co-op farmers. But I'm sure like chickens, they use their own seedlings for these farmers, whether the seeds all show up or the little plants, starters. I don't know. I'm really going down this rabbit hole because I don't love this cigar. And I'm hoping it improves, so I just keep talking. That's where I'm at. It's okay. It's a little bit. More woodiness. It's still very, very, very light. Very light. Sweet. Light and sweet. It's a little bit more cedary up front. A little more wood up front. And then it's just real sweet. That's it. Not for me. It's okay. I'm missing a little machine gun to the face. And I think these last 5 have been so proper, so sophisticated, so well put together. So unique that I'm missing a little bit of, an axe murderer, kind of vibe. So it happens, right? It happens to the best of us. Variety is the spice of life. Guys, I think I'm going to get off here. I'm going to set this down for a little bit. I'm going to blast this Camacho Triple Maduro and listen to some heavy metal, maybe break some stuff. And I'll probably pick this back up later. If anything is crazy about it, I'll let you know. But that's it for this episode of the Cigar Reviews. Thanks so much for watching. It's Easter. I'm here making a video for you because I love you guys. If you wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing, that would mean a lot to me. But as always, have a great day, week, month, year, life. Ciao and arrivederci. Bye-bye.